An evening of hope in Jerusalem, kicked off by Israeli superstar Noah Kirel, who came in third in last year's Eurovision competition. The salute and appreciation ceremony, organized by the Ministry of the Diaspora, was broadcast live in English around the world.
To say thank you to all those Jews who are fighting for their people all across the world. If it's to put the posters of the hostages in the streets of Paris, London, Toronto, or New York. If it's to stand proud with the Magen David in the streets. If it's to, on campus, to fight against anti-Semitism.
When I look back at it now, almost 6 months later, was a primal reaction. It was like a fight or flight reaction.
Among the panelists, actor Michael Rappaport, who has become one of the most vocal celebrity influencers, fighting for Israel and against anti-Semitism.
There's a lot of people that are speaking up. You know, obviously we wish there would be more. You know, I might be the loudest, or I might be the most vulgar. My being, what I represent, who I am, is under attack.
I just want to say it's just a real pleasure to be here. Thank you guys for honoring us and for encouraging us. You know, it feels nice. Sometimes we feel very alone out there, but we also feel this deep sense of being connected to each other, to Israel.
Singing superstar Matisyahu was also part of the ceremony's panel discussion. Matisyahu, who has a new single and is working on 40 unreleased songs, as well as performing in Israel for the second time since October 7th, spoke to me backstage before the ceremony.
In some ways made me feel like a stronger connection to Israel and a more powerful connection to my Jewish identity. And it kind of like brought me like kind of back to this like focal point of like being kind of this feeling of when there's like this opposition or like being like pushed against the wall.
And I think that people like Rapaport and Matisyahu represent the best values of Am Israel. To be a proud Jew, and like Mordechai in the Megillah, Mordechai won't bend on his knees in the face of evil, in the face of anti-Semitism. And this is the test for every Jew today in the world.
Michael Rappaport and Matisyahu live in New York, where anti-Semitism and violence against Jews are rising to levels never seen in modern history.
That's just not what New York City represents and true New Yorkers are. I would imagine that the majority of those people running around doing that stuff are not New Yorkers, because that's not the New York spirit. And now it's a time for the city to make a statement protecting the Jews, because they've made statements protecting other people. And New York City is a city for everybody.
Are you feeling threatened in any way being a Jew walking around with a chai in New York?
Not so. I don't know. Not so much.
Not so much.
No. I don't really walk around much, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, that's probably a better way to do that.
I don't know. I don't go out.
We are under constant threat from a machine that is very powerful, very well.
Polish influencer Stefan Thompson, who is not Jewish, has been one of the biggest advocates for Israel.
Because this is a fight for our very survival. It is the survival of Western civilization. We need Israel, and Israel needs the West. It is as simple as that, and that is why I'm here.
Israeli singer Michal Greenglick performed on stage. She is carrying on the legacy of her brother Shaul, a soldier who died in Gaza on December 26th.
My brother was an amazing singer. He participated in the next start to the Eurovision. He decided to leave the show and to join his friends in the army. He fell on December 26th in a heroic battle where he defended all his soldiers. Since Shauli died, that's what I do. I go on stages, I sing. I try to give as much as hope and strength as I can through the words and the singing and the music.
And even though the hostages have not yet returned and the war with Gaza is not over, Jewish pride and unity around the diaspora will only continue to flourish.
I want everybody to continue to stay sane, and everything I lead with is for the hostages, for the hostage families, for the IDF, for their families, for the survivors, because The fact that we're still dealing with this 178 days later, those people that I just mentioned haven't had a chance to heal or mourn because we're still in it.
I think the Jewish people will always like somehow be like bickering and arguing with each other, but then like when obviously there's a tragic situation, we also like shine and we come together and we like kind of like shine our light very strongly. So it's like a balance thing, like darkness and light.
In Jerusalem, Emily Francis, I-24 News.